I don't fucking know how we want to go with this. There's a lot of bad to talk about and very minimal good. Um, Obviously, we usually do impact players of the week every week. I don't know if you guys are in on this idea. I'm saying we just give it to the pitching staff for this week because generally they were all pretty good.
Hey, claps for Mr. Manoah.
Mm-hmm.
12 Ks yesterday.
Sure, we'll give him the impact. We can all just give Manoah the impact. We'll run the same order next week because I
The
just
fucked
don't think
up
anyone
the
deserves it
fucked
this
up
week.
thing is I think Alec Manoah has had more impact players of the week while not on the Jays than
Than he
when
has
he's
on the
on the
Jays.
Jays.
Yeah.
Nate gave him when he was in fucking Florida. The Cubs.
It's just all bad. The 12-2
Oh,
loss was bad. So Bassett's not getting one, but Bassett almost had a fucking no hitter today. So
yeah, and then
I don't know, man. Kikuchi was fine. Gosman was good.
it's more than
Uh,
fine.
Rodriguez couldn't find it, but apparently he's hurt now. We'll get to that later. Barrios was good enough that
Jose Barrios.
should have he gave himself a chance to win and the team didn't. And then Bassett was great today. So generally the rotation was great. The bullpen outside of probably Swanson was pretty good. I don't really have a lot of complaints. Nate gave up a 3-run tank today, but he had the save on game one. It's fine.
Also, it's the Jays, and if they were going to score two more runs,
No,
so
it
it's fine.
didn't matter.
It didn't matter,
Didn't
No,
matter. The
they
pitching
were going to
staff was
score one
fine
run,
this
let's be
week.
real.
No.
dude. I can kind of just get into now. The 6-5 game was
Mm-hmm.
the first time in 21 games that they scored more than 5 runs.
Fantastic.
21 games.
When was the
Fantastic.
last time they scored 5 runs?
I feel like it was fairly well more than
Yeah.
like just five exactly.
Yes.
I can.
Well, you said more than 5, so I want to know the last time they scored 5 because I feel like it's been a while.
It probably has. I can. I don't think it's been as long as
Was it in the last 2 weeks?
Let's see. It was the second game of the. It was actually the first. Well, actually, no. It was the first of the Royals that in Kansas City that they won 5-3,
Okay.
That's
and
like,
then
what,
So
3 weeks
two
ago?
series ago? No.
the 22nd. So it was 2 series ago. And then before that, they did have their two wins against the Padres had 5 runs apiece. So
Does anyone else on this podcast feel like it's been like a year worth of Blue Jays baseball in a month?
oh,
Yes.
I almost
Very
tweeted
much
this
so.
out, but like I don't know. I think this is a record for me reaching my can I bandwagon a team already phase. Like usually that shit happens in like June or July. I'm like, this fucking team is taking years off my life already, man.
This
Like
episode is going to go one of two ways. It's either going to be 3 hours of us
it's
complaining
gonna be
or it's going to
45
be
minutes.
15 minutes. Because honestly, we've done this. We did this last week. We talked about the exact same issues that are happening this week.
We did that all of last year.
We did it for the back half of last year. There's just, I don't know how much more we can say about this fucking team.
I don't know.
Like,
They're not even fun to watch.
I
no,
know.
it's miserable.
You get
It's a 2-run game or a 3-run game, and it's like, okay,
the
the
hype of
game's
shit you'll
over.
get is the two great defensive plays that Dalton Varsho makes a game.
Mm-hmm.
That's your only
And Jano hits a
guarantees.
homer.
Yeah.
Like, outside of Danny Jansen, there's nobody I feel any bit good about doing any sort of damage on this team. Dalton Varsho, maybe. He's still hitting the ball pretty hard. But
Turner's fallen off, but he's still like his numbers on the year still.
like I love Turner and I think he's great and he's been our best hitter, but in terms of like bringing a guy up to do damage, he's not
a
my guy.
damage guy.
No. But like I trust him at the plate to get on.
He'll hit you a double.
Yeah. I mean, he had 2 bombs in the game that we won.
I hate that I looked up the team's team's OPS in the last week or last 7 days of players.
I don't know.
Do you just want the qualified people or just like just everybody?
Give me everybody. I want to know who is in third.
Third place is Davis Schneider with a 947.
Oh, okay. I
So
thought we'd
who's 1
drop
and
off a
2?
little quicker.
One
than
and
that.
two is this is
Jano and
not qualified.
Turner.
No, it's Jano and Alejandro Kirk.
Ugh.
Both Kirk is at an OP. He has a OPS of 1,000 exactly, and Jano's at a 1438.
He's a dog.
So
okay, so how far is Turner 4?
Turner is 4 at a 772.
Why does it feel like he's been
Daniel
better this week?
Daniel Vogelbach is 6th, by the way, at a whopping 600.
He had
With
one
what,
hit
2
today,
at
right?
bats?
He has 5 at bats.
Were they all today?
Three of them today?
There were 3 of them were today, and I think he played a game a couple days ago. But
Why is he
he
here?
did hit a ball hard
that's a
today.
great question.
I don't
He
know.
doesn't play. He batted cleanup today,
That's the thing is the guy hasn't started in like 12 games or something
and
like
then you
that.
bat him cleanup.
And then he comes in and he hits cleanup. What are we doing here?
I'm all for giving him a run if you want to give him a run.
Yeah.
And like sacrifice some D and play Turner at third.
Yeah.
Just, like let's do it. See if someone else can
Give
get
him a
on
run.
it. But to give a guy what 2 starts in 10 days or something, probably, and then throw him in the 4-hole.
Yeah. Like, please produce for us. And
Mhm.
like, honestly, he hit a ball hard in the ninth, eighth, whatever
Yeah,
it was.
ninth
Like,
inning.
he was one of 3 people to get a hit tonight.
I think so. Yeah.
Vladdy
Also,
had a rope in the first, and that's about it.
Speaking of Vlad, I'm not gonna say we can get off his back, but for the week,
He was good this week.
he's at a 717.
He was good this week.
We're making strides there.
That
He
isn't
was
a
good.
good
Sorry.
week,
He was
It's
good in the
not-
back
it's
half of the
not-
week. Pardon me. He wasn't good
Mate,
for the week.
it's not good, but when we were talking about him last week, bro was in the 5s consistently.
He had a good Royal series. He was seeing the ball better.
Yeah.
And like he was hitting the ball in the air, which is huge. I think he's laying off pitches that he doesn't usually lay off, and he's hitting the ball in the air, which is like that's all I need Vlad to start doing again.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what we also need? We also need our leadoff guy.
Anything from the fucking top of the order? Anything?
We need more than our 3-stick having a 231 OPS on the week and our leadoff guy having a 341.
You got to do something. I think you need to move all 3 of them. If Vlad can keep it up a little bit, sure, keep him up there. I know you guys talked about it last week, but
Dude,
like those 2 you got to move.
George has photo. George and Alex Anthopoulos have photos on some people. Like,
man, I don't understand the George Springer. Why? Like, what does he do well enough to say he's the leadoff guy on this team? He doesn't do anything well anymore. He gets paid well. That's fantastic.
Money, dude. That's the like.
I'm saying you put Bo in the leadoff spot. See if that shakes him up. I think it would. I think it would.
You know what?
Maybe.
Just throw
I
shit
think
at the
it'd
wall.
free him up and take some pressure off him. Put Turn in the 2-hole, Vladdy 3, and then Jano or fucking no,
not Kirk.
Bogey? No, center fielder Varsho 4.
Yeah,
them 4 or 5, and go from there. Like,
yeah. I just don't. I don't. We've talked about it for 3 straight weeks on the top of this order, and like, it's not going to change. There's no point in time where this is going to change. It's going to be the same 3 for until we die. Until Springer gets hurt.
If I'm not mistaken, 2 of their best offensive games in the last like week and a half. Granted, they're not great offensive games. One is Bo wasn't in, and the other one George wasn't in.
Like, I'm genuinely reaching the point. I tweeted out today. I've reached the point where I don't know if you can put both of them in the lineup at the same time. They're both terrible right now. I don't think you can have them in the lineup at the same time. It's 2 black holes right now.
Yeah.
I respect both of them for what they've done so far, and I think Bo can come out of it. But right now, they are black holes in this lineup.
Yeah, you remember what something happened in 2022? Bo Bichette got dropped to the 7th spot. And you know what he did? Fucking decided to have the greatest month of his entire career.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know, man.
Put George in the 7. See if it fucking works. Like,
put George 9 and both 7.
You can't convince me that Ernie Clement's not going to have better at bats than either one of those.
Throw some shit at the wall.
Right
fucking. I've seen this on Twitter, and I'm slowly like, okay, fucking just throw Babe at the leadoff spot, man. Like,
I'd rather Biggio than Babe, but
fuck it.
Fuck it at this point,
Cav's been cold as shit right now.
Cav's been cold as shit because he plays every other game.
Had a bad 2 weeks.
I will say he has not been good since he came up, but I am liking that they're giving Barger some run and trying to see what he can do, and not just like sticking him right on the bench.
Also, he's hitting the shit out of the ball when he makes contact. So
he swings about as hard as you possibly can. He's got a cannon.
And we're sticking that in left field. I was like pointing it out.
Well, hold on a second here.
I literally could care less.
Addison Barger needs to be your left fielder if this is gonna work.
If it is gonna work, you could live.
He's made as many errors at third as he has in left field right now. That play the other day in game 1 of the Royals
It
series, he
wasn't a
should have
great
picked it,
wasn't
and
a
he
great
hummed it
bounce.
straight into the dirt.
It wasn't a great bounce. I'll give him that. Like
That's a play you
I
gotta
think
make.
the Jays have settled on the fact that he is an outfielder if he wants to
he's an
play on this team.
outfielder, and then like
And I don't think moving him into the infield makes a lot of sense right now
they also
because I don't know
Arelvis.
when it's going to happen, but I think Arelvis is up at some point if he keeps raking.
He's up
Should be
sooner than later.
tomorrow,
He should.
if we're
He's up
being honest.
like
You can't really convince me right now that Aurelvis Martinez isn't a better option than 7 guys on our lineup right now.
Yeah, he's got to come up and play second base every day though.
Sure, I don't give a fuck. I
And
don't
then
care if we
you're
play defense anymore. No one can hit.
yeah.
real shit. I don't even care. Like obviously, I want them to win. I don't care if they want to win. I don't care if they win. Just fucking entertain me.
Just
Like,
make it
just make it
feel
interesting.
like we have a chance. Like it's fantastic that we can hold teams to 3-2 runs a game.
Dude.
But when you score 1,
The Royals
who
went up
fucking
by
cares?
the Royals went up 3-0 today, and I'm like, okay, game's over.
Yeah.
Like
Literally,
the fact that I can
once
say
Bassett
that
gave
now.
up those runs, it was like we have 1 hit through 5 right now.
Honestly,
we're not scoring.
I was working, so I was like half following it on my phone, and I got the notification that Bobby Witt drove in a run in the 6th. I was like, yeah, we're done. We're
Yeah,
not
we're
scoring
done.
another
We're
run.
done.
It was over.
Like,
It's
but like,
just
I don't even think that like this could be revisionist history. I don't even think we could say that last year, where if they gave up 3 runs, the game was over.
near the end. It felt kind of like I guess
It
once
felt like
Davis
that.
came up, just before Davis came up, it felt like if they
It
scored
felt
2,
like
we
that,
were done.
but like that for a whole month.
This is bad.
Like this is.
I will say though, let's play revisionist history a little bit here.
Okay.
Because do you guys remember last April?
We were unbelievable.
They were great.
Matt Chapman was the MVP of
Yeah.
the league.
My channel was about like 400. Vladdy was hitting like
Vladdy was
350.
batting like 350. We
It
had like
is-
3 guys with 1,000 OPS.
It's super early.
There's a full season worth,
Mm-hmm.
and let's hope it's the inverse of last year. That's
But
all I can say.
I
I'm
think
trying-
with this division and this I don't even know this the American League, shit gets late early, evidently. Like
I'm not a negative guy on this team most of the time. I do think they can pull out of this. However, after watching what we've seen for going on 11, 10 months now, it's really hard to see how any of these guys are going to break out of this. It's just the problem right now is lying in the guys that should be doing damage on a consistent basis. And
They
none
don't
of
have
them
an
have done it
approach.
for 11 months. No, they
They don't have an
Yeah.
approach.
They don't. It's just
and well, no, they do apparently according to the regional manager, scout, offensive coordinator, fucking Don Mattingly. Damage is a scary word. This is an official quote. Damage is a scary word to Don Mattingly.
You see the conversation that got put out of that he had with Ted Williams and Wade Boggs, I think it was.
Oh no,
You didn't see it?
no, I didn't. What is it?
Nate, did you see it?
No.
Because
Okay,
if it's
I
if
kind of
it's
want
where
to pull it up so that I don't miss it. But
it's
he
where I think
basically
it's
he
going.
sat down with Ted Williams and Wade Boggs. And Ted Williams, who is light years ahead of his time at that point, was talking about how there it is, perfect. So where's the exact? No, not that one. So there was one basically where he was saying you want to put the ball in the air because that's where you're going to do your damage. It's like that's how you hit doubles and triples and homers.
So Justin Turner made a career for himself. That's the
Right.
one
That's how
approach.
Danny
Exactly.
Jansen
One change he
reignited
made.
his career.
So this is Ted Williams. Wade Boggs is kind of with him. Like, yeah, that's good. Like, that's kind of how he goes, he says to Boggs, he goes, do you not try to hit the ball in the air? He goes, well, I try to hit the ball on a line. So in the air, yeah, that's the plan. And Don Mattingly pipes up and goes, well, I try to hit the ball on the ground a little bit because I feel like I can get more hits that way. That was Don Mattingly like 20 years ago. Don Mattingly hasn't changed that thought process. The exact same fucking thing. Even Williams says to him too, he goes, that's great, but people are going to look at that Don Mattingly and be like, well, yeah, you got a lot of hits, but like how many homers, doubles, and triples do you have? And he goes, well, I had 36 doubles, whatever homers and whatever this. And he's like, that's just fucking brutal. Like your whole thought process is let me just pound the ball on the ground so that I can maybe get more hits. And that's absolutely what he's bringing into this team.
He did that to Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I don't care. I don't care
Absolutely.
if it's true or not. He did that to Vlad because Vlad's launch angle changed like 7 degrees in an offseason.
Mhm.
Like,
I don't agree with him, but the guy did hit 307 for his career with
Yeah.
222
Yes.
bombs.
That doesn't
over
work for
2,000
everyone.
hits.
That's not.
No, I'm not saying it
everybody-
works for everyone. It worked for him.
Sure. But you can't be the hitting, what the fuck is it? Offensive coordinator
on some football
that
shit.
says, you know what, our entire lineup can't hit homers anymore. We are going to try and bury the ball in the dirt and try and get more hits.
Oh, I fully blame him. Other than the Vlad, I fully blame him for George Springer just being like, I'm not gonna hit the ball for any sort of power anymore, and if it happens, it happens.
The only one that should be hitting the way Don Mattingly did is Bo Bichette.
Bo Bichette's
makes sense for Bo
like
Bichette.
just everywhere kind
Because
of
he
guy.
can spray the ball everywhere, and if you run into one, you run into one. I don't expect Bo to hit 40 homers. There's no reason that George should be doing it. There's no reason that Dalton Varsho should be doing it. There's no reason that Vlad should be doing it. There's no reason that Babe should be doing it. There's a whole lot. I feel like Danny Jansen just said, fuck it. I'm not listening to any of that.
Danny
I'm going to
Jansen's
continue to do what I do.
Fuck a game plan. I'm Michael own coordinator.
This is because even like he doesn't get out on the ground. He gets out on the warning track. That's his only options.
Yeah. He is he was 2022 Matt Chapman.
Mm-hmm.
When was the last time Don Mattingly was a manager?
He was with the Marlins in like 2021, 2022. It wasn't actually that.
Like, that's right. Yeah. Okay. But my last memories of him managing are the last year of Stanton, Real Muto. Realmuto was later, but Yelich and Ozuna. And the fact that they had that much offense and were
like
dog shit.
Untapped offense.
Untapped. And they all went elsewhere to someone else.
Became fucking animals. Like
Don Mattingly was there until 2022.
Yeah, he was with the Marlins from 16 to 22.
So he left the Marlins and came to us.
Yeah, that's what I thought, but I couldn't remember if there's something in between. But my memory is like, what's that, 18 I'm thinking of?
Maybe, yeah. He took a team that had all the, if let's say it was 8, I think it was earlier, but let's say it was 18.
Probably was earlier.
He took a team with all those guys on it, and even 18, 17, 16, he was there all 3 years. They didn't get past 80 wins once.
Definitely was not 18.
Like he's
Derek Dietrich.
Don Mattingly doesn't get enough flack for how fucking brutal he is.
He also did not do well with the Dodgers.
He was okay with the Dodgers. They just never made any playoff runs. They weren't as good as they are now, but they were still like 92, 94, 92.
They were still
the last 3
Dodger
years,
teams, and he didn't do anything with it. Is kind of what I meant.
So it was the 2017 Marlins. You had, Stanton with 59 home runs. That was that year for Stanton. Marcell Ozuna had 37. Justin Bour, that's a name. 25. Center field Christian Yelich had 18. Like JT Realmuto, Derek Dietrich pre him going to Cincinnati and becoming a legend. Like
no, other way around.
What?
Isn't it?
No, he was.
That was
Dietrich
pre.
Cincinnati Dietrich was like 19.
It was like Dietrich wasn't really playing much at that point.
Yeah, but like
I thought he went the other way around.
No, he was like 2018, 19 that he got that one run where he was great and then he never came back.
That team won 77 games and finished second in the NL East.
He finished over 500 one time.
Let me guess, the Nats won it.
I would assume as much because I just like, man.
I'm super curious now on like team stats for those years that he was with the Marlins.
I don't know. It's just it clearly something's not working.
Yeah. Like, and
the thing I said today on Twitter though is like at the end of the day, say tomorrow we wake up and for some fucking reason they fire Schneider, they fire Mattingly and Martinez, they get rid of Ross Atkins, and they call up Elvis and Spencer Horowitz. This team's still going to be an 85 win team unless the big dogs get going. At best, we're going to be an 85 win team.
Our fan base hates Shapiro and Atkins.
Mm-hmm.
But like,
the fuck are they going to do?
I think they've done a bad job. You've got your two
like,
franchise cornerstones that haven't produced Well, but actually, Bo has the past couple of years, but like
Yes.
even 2 years ago wasn't his best season until the
You
end.
supplemented
But Vlad
pretty
has
well.
fallen off a cliff, and they've. If you told me you took that 21 team, I guess,
Mhm.
swap out Semyon and Chapman.
For Varsho and
No, I'm saying 21. We didn't have Chapman, did we?
no, 21 was we never had Simeon and
21
Chapman
was
together.
Cav and
And
Swap out
Espinal and
Semyon and
oh yeah.
Chapman.
Breivik Valera.
Okay, yes.
Make that swap. Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got Kirk taken off that year. Like,
Yeah, in 22. Like
2022, the Miami Marlins were third last in the league in runs scored. Could you take a guess on what they were in 2021?
fucking third last again.
No, they got worse. They were second last.
Connor, name me 5 players on either the 21 or position players on either the 21 or 22 Marlins.
Okay, that's actually not as bad as I thought you were going to be. I think that was the first year of Avisail Garcia.
Maybe I didn't. You have it up because I
No.
couldn't.
I don't like you could.
Okay. I'll look it up in a second. But even when they were above or almost 500 or above 500, sorry, they were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They were 10th last in runs.
Okay, well, I'll Avisail Garcia, Jazz Chisholm. I do Garrett Cooper. I think is there still.
Probably one of those two.
Brian Anderson.
Yeah, there's more names than I thought, but that is a fucking piss poor team.
Yeah, it's not good. Like
my point being is they didn't score runs under this guy. He did not have them trying to hit. He had them. I don't know what his philosophy is as a baseball mind anymore. It's fantastic that he had a good career as a player. What the fuck does he do as a coach? I hate it.
I don't know.
I hate it. What the fuck were we talking about before that? Something. Oh, no. Unless the guys that we pay all this amount of money to start stepping it up, it doesn't matter if you fire anyone. We're gonna end up in the same spot.
This podcast could reach a very dark place by the end of the season.
Yeah,
because guess who's a free agent?
Danny
fucking Jansen. This podcast can reach a dark place if he walks, man. Like,
boys, yes. I'm very close to becoming a baseball fan.
It's painful.
No, you don't get to do that. You don't get to do that.
No, that's not bandwagoning. That's becoming a fan of baseball rather than a specific team. That is not bandwagoning.
Okay.
It's very different, Connor.
That's fair.
It's not hopping on a team in a playoff run and wearing the jersey today.
All right, so 2017 was the year where they still had Stanton and all that.
Yeah, that's the fucking, and they still missed the playoffs.
Yeah, they were bad.
You guys want to have a little fun for a minute and not be depressed?
I'm just live on depression here right now. So yeah,
take that depression.
So, we've seen 2 City Connects come out so far.
Oh god,
this year
that's a fucking transition. Okay,
both gray. We're getting one this year.
We're getting gray.
I don't think so. I don't think it's gonna be another gray.
Am I like?
I think it's gonna be a red.
Who were the last ones of last year's run? Was it? It was the Reds, and then before that, it was
I think the Pirates came out.
The Orioles were last year.
Okay,
the Orioles were last year.
I was trying to think because I was gonna say I think we've done 3 or 4 straight gray jerseys.
Mariners. No, I think we're getting red, or what I'm kind of opening up to. What if they went with the blacks, but with like red lettering, like to bring in the Canada, like kind of like the Reds. It'd be too similar to the Reds, I think, but I like have just thought of this, and I feel like it'd be kind of sweet.
It's interesting.
They got to go something different than what we have.
I'd have to see it visually to kind of see what you're talking about, but I could see it. I think we are absolutely getting red jerseys.
Yeah,
I hate it
because
especially because we kind of the writing on the wall is they don't have the Canada Day ones anymore.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Is we weren't wearing the new blues for a while.
Hold on. I'm a terrible Canadian. Is Canada Day June 1st or July 1st?
July 1st.
Okay, well that takes my theory out completely of them being red, but that's fine. Like, because I was like, they're
revealing them near Canada.
They're revealing them on the 30th of May, and then they're playing it up on the 31st.
No, July 1st.
It's I think it's gonna be red too, and I can't picture a way that I think it'd look good. I'm not a fan of red
What do
in
you do
jerseys
differently?
to
Like
begin with, but I think there are ways they could make it look good. If that makes
with the
sense.
red?
I can't picture it, but I think there's ways to do it.
Who has a nice red jersey right now?
I like the Miami
The Miami
City
City
Connects.
Connect.
Oh,
I
okay.
do just like the plate like Cincinnati's Reds. I do like those ones.
Isn't it just red? Does it have the piping on the?
Yeah, it's red with white piping and beautiful.
Yeah, it's okay.
St. Louis like pops, but it's more because the logo, I think. They've got
Oh,
I think one of the nicer
Anybody
logos.
change the logo?
Yeah, it's gonna be
I hope.
I think it's gonna be the six. I think I said that a while ago. Or
Ugh.
See, I
Also,
think that's
you
the thing
guys,
is like it's a city connect, right? It's not a country connect.
but we're the
yeah,
only team in Canada.
that's gonna be
Yeah,
part of
but
it, but and I think that's probably why they put the six on the jersey.
mhm.
They're gonna play into the country thing.
At some in some you guys were trying to find a theme or like what were you guys trying to do with the City Connect things? You were trying to find a theme for them each year? Because
Oh
last year,
no.
oh well, I don't know. Because I just looked at them all now, and all the ones that debuted in 2023, if I'm not mistaken, all of them had black pants.
Mm. How many of them are
I
gray? It felt like there was a lot of gray, or
of all
maybe
the
dark.
there's 20. So the Nationals had gray.
Right,
Now the Rays, we'll get into them, but like the Rays and the
right.
Mets.
Mets.
Uh-huh.
Um,
The Reds, or the Reds
No,
no,
those
black.
are
Reds are
black.
black.
I thought they were like a dark gray.
Yeah, so
I
there's
don't think
only
there's any other
Okay,
grays.
I
yeah,
thought they were grays.
it's only those three currently, but
I I'm making a bold prediction. Either way, there's gonna be like Canadian flags on the inside of the
Like
the
a
Orioles
collar
have the
thing, like
weird
that the Orioles
yeah,
have.
the inside
yeah.
out, like it's. I mean,
There's gonna be some stupid little feature to them. I think you're right.
they're not
I
better not
don't
suck.
want the red.
No, I don't I
We've
think
done the
if they
red.
do it well, they have not done we have not done a single red anywhere close to well, in my opinion.
I don't.
Yeah, like
I don't hate the ones that were just like the red with the white regular font and all
I
that. Like
only
they're fine.
was I the only one that like I'm not gonna say I liked them, but I was okay with when they
Yeah.
had the red jersey, but the writing was still blue.
Huh.
Oh, I hated that.
I
I
was
hated that
okay
so
with them, but
much.
it was just like
The worst was
the one where it
I
had
forget what you
Just
call it.
Canada on the
Like
back of the jersey.
yeah,
That's are bad.
that's and
That
that was
old
like
logo.
That was like Ricky
the
Romero days. Like
yeah, the black jerseys with
Mhm.
that logo. The
The white on the
the
sides.
man
looks like a
on
spring
the
training
black
kit.
it didn't look as bad, but do you remember when we had I forget the fuck they were just said Jays or something? Or no, Toronto. It said Toronto across the chest
Oh, with the same font.
in the gray and black
Mhm.
lettering like that.
That
With that same like T that we had on
I
the
think
hat.
that was my biggest problem with the jerseys was the lettering. I did not like the lettering on the
Yeah.
blacks.
I don't.
But
You can make a black jersey work though.
do you remember the year we did Canada Day jerseys with that? And I think that's when it said Canada on the back and it just said Toronto in that font.
It's just so
It
bad.
was like, oh,
It
it's the
had like the
worst.
white, like the entire sides were white, and it was bad.
Yeah.
We've done some bad things, jersey wise. It's not good. Fuck, I forget what I was gonna say there. I just, I hope it's gonna say. I think it's gonna say Toronto, because all of our jerseys except for the grays for some reason say Blue Jays.
Do the home ones say blue chip?
They say Blue Jays.
How
The only
many
ones that
teams
the only ones that
have
say
the
Toronto are the
name?
grays.
How many teams actually have the name on their jerseys?
On
Connor, you've
like
got it there on the City Connects.
on the City Connect. Oh, I can pull it
I
up
think
right now.
Boston does because of the
Let's
bombing.
see. Colorado has Colorado on theirs. Miami has Miami. Seattle has Seattle. Washington is WSH, so like kind of.
So Washington.
Padres is there too. Boston. There's actually a lot. I think Cincinnati is just Cincy on their front.
So that doesn't
Technically count.
fully count.
Um. Look, okay, Los Angeles is just Los Dodgers. Baltimore has Baltimore on theirs.
Yeah, it's okay. It's more than I thought, but I thought it was whatever reason I thought it was a lot less.
Feel like we're gonna have Toronto. I mean, you think of like a lot of the ones that don't have the thing have like two city, or I don't know about all of them, but like they have two teams in the city. Like you can't really do Los Angeles because there's another team called Los Angeles. I don't. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know, man. We can talk about this for a month because it's the only thing that we can talk about that isn't
Well, while we're
super
on this,
depressing.
what do you guys think of the Mets and
We said that the Mets
Rays?
was
Mets are cool.
above mid. We have a Nate. I don't know if you heard it, but we have a line now of the mid line, and that is the Dodgers. The Dodgers and the Giants are the most mid city connects.
Mm-hmm.
What's the Giants?
Like
It's
the white with the
white
G
with
that's
like a
got like
G.
gradient.
Okay.
It's gradiented.
Awful.
Yeah.
But
So those are the mids, and we said the Mets was above.
they're above
mid.
that.
I
I don't love
I
them.
think they could have done better.
Yeah.
I forget who I was listening to talking about it today, but they said if they went like purple,
Yeah, if they did
and now I'm like
purple
all
and
in
then
on
more
purple,
gray,
like
yeah.
purple jerseys for the Mets would have been amazing.
The
Yeah.
helmet's cool. I do like the helmet.
Yeah, the helmet's
I will
sweet.
say
I think
for all
the jersey's like very basic stylistically,
Mhm.
I would say, but I think it is like classy.
Mhm.
I will say for all of the City Connects that we've gotten,
Mhm.
hats and helmets,
Kind of cool.
great. Like,
Yeah.
and that leads us into Tampa. What do you guys think of Tampa's?
I'm all in on the skateboarding Ray.
I'm kind of all in on this Tampa jersey. Like,
I think it's a little overrated, the jersey itself, but it glows in the
like,
dark.
I think
Okay.
again, I think the
So-
hat. I think the
so
hat is great. Like,
If they get Camilo Doval
Yeah.
oh yeah,
So
we
as long as that guy is
and the lights go out,
you can still
and
see.
they're good.
Yeah, we did that happen? Did that happen before after we
I
recorded
don't
Grant?
remember.
No, that
'Cause
definitely happened
did we
before.
find out if that guy's dead yet?
I
No,
don't
he
think
caught it.
No shot.
He caught it.
man
Oh my
caught
God.
it casually in the dark, caught a 100-mile-an-hour cutter. Good for
Good
you,
for
sir.
him.
He caught it and then proceeds to say, "Yeah, if it was one of the other pitchers, I'm not sure if I would have, but I caught that one."
Imagine Tyler. What's worse, him or Tyler Rogers doing the fucking
Oh my God.
in the dark,
Uh,
the submarine in the dark. But the
Nuts.
Rays, bright as shit.
Mm.
Like, is
But
the
also
best-
not.
yeah.
I don't
think,
hate it.
like,
I think it's
someone-
around the same as what the Mets are at.
Someone put it best that I think this is like a really good basis if the Rays want to rebrand.
Yeah.
Like, just make the jerseys like white, and I think they'd be phenomenal.
I
Like,
think it's kind of
So-
funny that they just said fuck it and put a skateboarding Ray on the hat.
yeah, like there
My issue with the Rays
is
is
the numbering. And
They're the Rays.
no. Yes,
I mean,
yes.
but not this time.
New York, I feel like kind of has to be the way New York's is, if that
Mm.
makes sense for the city.
Sure.
Tampa Bay is like Miami, San Diego, like fun, vibrant. Like
Tampa really like that though. They're kind of like a retirement area.
you're right on the ocean. It's like
Yeah, well, that's why you retire
Party
there.
Central.
No, Miami is.
No,
Tampa's like
Tampa's not that same level, obviously, but like you're the beaches
Sunshine
where-
State. It
The
should be
beaches
more
where
fun.
everyone retire are more south than that.
Right.
But I'm just meaning I think they could have done so much more. Like, what about like neon green or like, you know what I mean? Like they could have done,
Purple.
yeah, they have purple too. Like you could have done something outside the box, and I think they went very minimalist with this.
Yeah, you're
And
right.
I just think being Tampa and Florida, like sunshine, and they're like the other thing is they're a new organization. Like the Dodgers, kind of I feel like are a little more limited in what they can do because it like the Dodgers logo is so iconic. Tampa's new.
Yeah.
They were wacky from the start, basically with
They've
being the
changed
Devil
logos
Rays.
like 3
Devil
times.
Rays.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just think there was more potential here, and I'm disappointed.
I also don't think it helped that they released like a week after the Mets and they look like the same jerseys.
Yeah.
Like it's very similar. Like there's a little bit
We're
more of a
getting-
design to the
We're
Rays
getting
one,
City
but like
Connects like very quickly because I was watching the Tigers game today because I didn't want to watch the Jays. The Tigers are getting revealed this week.
oh yeah,
So by the time we record next week, we'll have the Tigers ones.
I can see the Tigers being interesting.
They're also like a throwback kind of team, so like it's
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
maybe
tough.
not. You're right.
like
They're kind of
I think, like, honestly, Connor, you said the numbering. I'm just looking at it now.
If
I honestly
it's-
don't mind the numbers and the lettering,
if
but
I
like
think it's
that
just-
bright green, I wish that was incorporated more and like
mhm.
it could pop.
Fuck it. Put the instead of having the black inside the numbers, just make that the green. Inside the numbers.
Or
Look at
you know how there's like the gradient kind of stuff on the front? Make
Yeah.
like spotted green, I don't know.
not a design guy.
Also,
No, I'm not a design
no.
guy. I
Also,
don't
I'm
think
seeing
that's
this.
it, but I'm just saying, like they could have done so much more.
I'm
Yeah,
seeing.
it's
I'm
just
seeing this now. They only have on like the piping on the arm.
Mm.
There's only one arm that has the green. The other arm doesn't have piping. If you look at
yeah, I noticed that when they did it. I don't
if you
that's
looked at
so
the
weird.
There's a Yandy Diaz image where he's flexing and you only have the neon green piping on his one arm.
Yeah, I don't know why that's a thing. Um
Like,
so the skateboarding ray. What that's not on their hat. Where is that?
it's not on their helmet. Like I
Because
need
I
to
thought that was their main hat, and then they had this other because the other hat design is sick.
the one that I sent you guys.
Big fan of that with the
What's the
where it's
other
got
one?
like the bridge that is like shaped like a ray. That's fucking cool.
Is that the one on these hats?
Yes. Like the detail to that is unreal. And then it looks like a Rockies hat, but it's still super cool. Like if I was a Tampa fan, I would love that. But what are they using the skateboarding ray for? Because I don't see it anywhere.
The
Is it like the
thing
batting practice hat?
it might be honestly.
I don't know. But if you need batting practice hats for your City Connects, then like let's just simmer down. That seems aggressive.
They're just they are kind of boring now that I'm looking at
Okay,
them.
I'm seeing. Okay, I pulled up an image of them not in like the promotional images, and they were just like on the news.
Mhm.
They are. They're losing me a little bit
Yeah, they're not
because they don't
phenomenal
pop. Wait, they don't pop as much on like
when you're not
which
doing them professionally.
which is Nate to Nate's point.
They're boring.
They're very like they need more pop, like white or in the neon or something. Like
Now,
I think
if
New
you
York
took
suits the like staunch kind of
concrete
basic.
jungle,
Yeah, it
yeah,
suits that look, and Tampa just doesn't to me.
no.
so. Also, Brant, I'm seeing this now. I think the only place that you can get the skateboarding ray, I'm only
Mhm.
seeing it on t-shirts.
Really? So what the fuck is it?
Also,
Like,
They just did it for fun?
time out for a second.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was listening to FT when they said this today. Uh, it's one of these two jerseys. It's either the Mets or the Rays. Costs $450
No. Like
or 350. It was one of the two.
US?
I'm assuming so. They're a US podcast. I
Yeah, you're right.
swear I heard that today. I'm like mind blown.
I think the authentic ones always cost that much.
yeah, the authentic ones are always a bitch, but
But
I
like
didn't think they were
I've never
or
bought an authentic
420.
one. You buy like the replica ones that are 170 or whatever they are. Let's see.
That's nutty.
it is. But
Technically, the color is charcoal, if anybody was wondering.
Okay.
For which
Oh
one?
my god, for the Rays one.
Rays.
So the women's one, is because the first link I could find is 252.
The replica or the
I can't really tell. It says women's Tampa Bay Rays Nike Charcoal 2024 City Connect limited jersey.
I think they only make the like authentic ones in men's. Am I wrong on that?
I couldn't
also
tell you.
that's 170. It's 174 US, so I guess it's like
So like $1 million Canadian.
Canadian. Yeah,
Yeah.
Holy.
dude.
Well, the replica ones are 218 for women's. So
you can get a polo with the skateboarding ray.
nice. I can golf with the skateboarding ray. So the men's one is only 200.
Yeah, it's not terrible price.
That doesn't make sense.
The authentic or the replica?
It doesn't say.
There is no. It's not giving the difference.
It's not giving me anything, but it does on everything else. But the women's one is 251 and the men's one is 199. So
Yeah,
right on.
he did kind of jump ahead.
He did. I was coming
Well,
back.
You have some
but-
Jade stuff.
We needed to be happy for a minute.
Yeah.
But while we're on jerseys,
Mhm.
we got some more good news.
Nate, I appreciate you like with attempting to be more of a podcaster with these segues. I appreciate it.
You like that?
You put
You
some
like
time
that?
in.
That's why I stopped us for half a second.
Have you been
Yeah,
practicing?
Yeah, man. I've like,
Yeah,
dude, he's
I just sit here all day and do it.
if you remember back, I almost feel bad for it now because he did have one that was like Michael A. Taylor signing. He
Hmm?
tried to he segued it perfectly 3 times and I shot it down every
Yeah.
single time. I started with the Pittsburgh Pirates assembling the domestic violence Avengers. It just said fuck your Michael Taylor shit. But yes, Nate, jerseys.
I love that I
Sorry,
got applauded for this segue, and then we
and we killed it.
Okay.
We just
Yeah.
squashed the whole segue.
That's us to a T, dude. But
Right
yeah,
on, fellas.
but yeah,
Oh.
the biggest issue that has been plaguing baseball for the year is the jerseys, and it's finally getting fixed according to Jeff Passan.
Also,
So,
apparently,
By next year.
yeah,
Yeah.
apparently this is all a Nike issue. It's not a Fanatics thing.
you
That's what
can't-
they
heard
said
of
in their
both ways.
statement. They said this is all a Nike issue.
The thing is, though, Fanatics, Nike gives Fanatics all the
They
materials
contract it
and
out.
tells them how to make it, and Fanatics
Okay.
just makes it to their specifications. So,
Right, so that's a Nike problem.
Isn't MLB more in bed with Fanatics than Nike though,
oh yeah,
as well? Like I think
For their other merch
Um,
and shit, yes.
isn't somebody said cards?
yeah, because
Does
those
Fanatics own like all the card companies?
I think
Like Topps?
I think they bought out Tops and stuff. Like,
Did they?
so, but also the thing that they
So
do
if
is,
that's all true, like they obviously aren't gonna they're gonna
Oh,
throw
I
Nike
guess they
under the
can't
bus.
say,
but yeah,
yeah,
you
right.
guys obviously know like the debut patches.
Oh, Topps does own or Fanatics does own Topps. Sorry, yeah,
Like the debut patches, those go into cards.
yeah.
So that's like, and Fanatics does that shit. So MLB is clearly like,
Fanatics does own Topps. I didn't know that.
yeah.
Hmm.
So we're
Is
getting
Topps is
yeah.
the only one that, or does Upper Deck still do baseball?
I'm pretty sure Upper Deck still does baseball.
Do they?
Bowman.
Bowman too.
Do you guys have I don't have a list of all the modifications. I know they're fixing the
The lettering on the name.
lettering on the back and they're fixing colors, they said too, right?
Yeah,
Like the
because
mismatching grays and stuff.
And like you won't be able to tell the new Blue Jays jersey will not look like the goddamn dark blue one by the third inning on certain people anymore with the sweat.
Dude, it's bad.
Dude,
It's bad.
Alejandro Kirk, I know he's a big guy, but oh my god, the sweat that you can see off of that man.
Jordan Romano comes in with a two-tone jersey every single time.
Yeah, like
Yeah, but he douses himself
Yeah.
in water,
Oh, I know.
doesn't he?
Half
Yeah,
the time he
but
does
it's
it
just
with
like-
fucking BioSteel. It's weird
But the
as
thing
shit.
is, I don't think you could notice it before. It is very noticeable.
Can to an
now.
extent, but it's
It's-
clearly not the same. They're claiming it's more breathable and everything. It clearly isn't if guys are sweating that much.
Yeah. Also, one of the issues that they're going to fix is the pants, because apparently, I think Whit Merrifield said this a while ago back on FT. Everybody used to be able to get like pants custom fit to them, and then coming into the season, Nike and Fanatics was just like, here's 3 different types of styles of pants. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Like-
multiple teams switched to last year's pants.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I think Dallas Brady.
Who was it? Did you guys see the video? I don't
blew
know
his
if it was this
pants
week.
open?
It might have been last week. The entire side. of
Riley?
his
It was
pants-
Riley
Green.
Green.
The entire. He's got like parachute pants.
Mhm.
Yeah, but it wasn't even like the knee. It was like the knee area or like the ass of the. It was
It
the
blew out the whole leg.
It was the
spine.
seam.
It was the seam.
Yeah.
Like,
They're bad. They're
wait,
bad.
do you want to know the funniest thing? I think Dallas Braden mentioned that he took a picture of a jersey swap that was happening between the Orioles and A's.
Mhm.
It was Gunnar Henderson and Daryl Hernandez. Daryl Hernandez gave, yes, I figured out that name.
Who?
It's an
Why
A's.
did they swap jerseys?
It's a great question. I don't
Why
know.
did Gunner want his jersey?
It's a great question. But the thing is, Gunnar obviously took like the new jersey from Hernandez. Gunnar gave Hernandez the last year's jersey. He didn't give him this year's because he's like, dude, just take this good one. Take a good one.
Mhm.
Don't-
They
don't
must
take
have
it.
played together or something.
Yeah,
That's what I was
it's
trying
like
to
here,
figure out.
it's like
How do
here,
you
don't-
spell it? Hernandez. Hernaiz.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey man, we'll get to it later.
You can carry on. Oh, he was
But-
drafted by Baltimore.
Yes, so they obviously probably played
That's
together.
why.
Okay.
So that makes it. But it was just like, dude, you couldn't even. Gunnar was like, yo, my bro, don't take this new one. It's
Mm.
shit. Take my
Michael
old one.
It was Michael Chavis posted a picture of his jersey
Ice Horse.
and tagged Fanatics. And Fanatics said, "Oh, we're sorry. This is a terrible mistake by us. Can we replace it for you?"
Fanatic support I feel like it's just a funny
tough.
tweet. It's a
It's
funny
tough.
Twitter page, man.
It's tough.
But
Can we go back to the Jays?
yeah, we kind of have to.
Yeah. We did
What
miss
else is there to
some
talk
stuff.
about?
There's a couple things.
Yariel Rodriguez is going to the IL.
Oh, that hurt, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That
Now
hurt.
that's too bad.
it's really funny because if this would have happened day one of the regular season, it's like, there's some depth. The depth behind Yariel Rodriguez right now, very frightening.
It's Pablo
Honestly,
Espino.
Very
Honestly,
frightening.
we talked about this last night, and I said I want no part of Alek Manoah on the Blue Jays. We
Right
talked about this in
now.
our group chat right now. After his start last night, I don't think there's a better time to call him up to the
No,
majors.
this is it.
And I think this suits the way they want to use Yariel too. If Manoah comes up and can be serviceable, Yariel moves into your
bullpen.
long to bulk to high leverage
Spot start.
bulk,
Yariel
whatever.
becomes your new Bowden
right?
Francis.
Mm.
Like a filthier Bowden
I
Francis.
don't think so. I think he's like Andrew Miller of a couple of years ago, like when
Okay.
he was in Cleveland.
Like you're gonna use him, but he's also
You're gonna use
Yeah.
him regardless
he's
of moment.
he's not your long man. He's coming in to face that leverage because
Mhm.
his stuff ticks up in the bullpen. Like that'll be nasty. So
He
I kind of
comes
don't hate
in
that.
when Trevor Richards did today and gives you 3 innings instead of having to go to use 2 guys.
Yeah, I missed the game today, but
Right. Yeah. He was just out there Bassett. But yeah, I can see that.
But they do. I did mention this yesterday. They do have 3 off days or 4 off days in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, but you kind of want every off day.
the way these guys are pitching right now, I don't think you screw around with that. I think you option guys up and down from AAA if you have to fill that fifth until somebody.
Yeah, they brought up a old friend, old Zach Pop. Forgot he was a person.
I forgot Zach Pop existed until they did. I'd never thought of him as an option on this team until that moment.
Man, I hope he can actually find something because his stuff is nasty. He throws
was
like bowling ball sinkers.
Mhm.
He's got nasty movement on his slider. Like if he can just find something, that'd be outstanding.
Good for when he first got here up until like May of 2023. Like, and then just something happened and never saw him again.
They also called up Brandon Little.
Yes, he did pitch today. He did kind of look.
I didn't realize he was a first round pick.
I don't even know who he is.
The amount of hype they're putting on his stuff, like if he figures it out, it sounds like it could be nasty. I haven't seen him pitch yet, but the other thing somebody made a note of was that the Cubs waived him, right?
Yeah,
and
Jays grabbed him.
we like claimed him and I think we traded for him or something.
Okay.
Like we gave up something to get him basically so that no one else would. I think I forget.
I don't
Or we paid more of his salary or that
maybe
something like that.
Zach Pop he's got a 1.86 in AAA this year.
Okay.
He's got 11 strikeouts in 9 2/3.
We like that.
He also has a 1.35 whip. Not as great.
That's fine.
5 walks. He's given up 8 hits. It's fine.
No damage.
No damage. 3 runs, 2 earned. If he figures it out, great. It's just another piece, and maybe you can move on from some other pieces. Yeah. One thing I do want to talk
righty,
about.
right? Not a lefty.
Yeah, he's a righty.
Little or Pop? Pop's a righty.
Is Little a lefty?
Little's a lefty.
One thing I want to bring up, because people still keep saying, I've seen it so many times. Anytime Davis Schneider does anything, Twitter goes, "This is why he should be starting every day."
He pretty much has been.
Davis has been starting almost every day. We're fucking in the last. I tweeted it out yesterday. In the last like 26 games, he played 24 of them and he started 17. It's now 27, 18 starts, 25 games that he's played in. Like the guy is playing as much as an everyday player is going to play. We can stop this now. He's in. He's a part of John Schneider's good books. He's going to, as we've seen, he's going to be cemented in that fucking spot for however long John wants him there.
He's going to be cemented there until he cools off and someone else is going to take it over. That is what's going to happen this year. We've got too many options that you can't afford to let someone get cold.
No.
they start to peter off a little bit, you put someone else in.
That's why Cav played so much at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And they went 2 games without a hit, and John Snyder said, "Fuck you."
That's just how it is.
That's how it happened.
I do wish they get
Unless your
Ernie
name's
more
Ernie
time.
Clement, because he doesn't seem to find his
Ernie's
way
been
in.
good, but
Yeah.
It's tough. He's definitely the last guy on the bench, I think. So it's tough
Well,
to find ABs.
Bogey is probably the last guy on the bench.
He's playing less than Bogey, I think, isn't he?
He's had more starts than you know what? I'm not sure.
No. Ernie's played more than Bogey. Don't do this. He's played much more than Bogey.
I think that's what I thought too. But I want to make sure because
I bet it's closer than you think.
That's kind of because I remember seeing Bogey a fair amount. Where the hell is the comparison thing? There's while we're kind of on Bogey, there's no one that's going to come in and replace Daniel Vogelback right now, right?
Spencer Horwitz.
Yeah, but you don't want Spencer Horwitz not playing.
And he's also like 26 or 27, man. Like
he is what he is at this point.
Yeah, he's not.
I understand, but like he's just gonna cool off as the guy getting an at bat every 3 games.
It's tough to justify bringing him up because he can play first base, and that's it. You got Vladdy and Turner.
They did try to. They've been sticking him in left field some games in Buffalo. So
right now he's not getting in our outfield. I don't think they love Barger right now and are giving him a shot. I don't know. He's not much of an outfielder, I don't think. It's just tough getting in at first base, and DH is kind of my point.
Yeah.
And that's why Vogie with easy pop off the bench kind of makes sense over Horowitz. But
Ernie Clement has played 24 games. He's got 57 plate appearances. Daniel Vogelback has played 10 games. He has 23 plate appearances.
I thought it would have been a lot closer than that.
It is not. But he does have a better on-base percentage.
Who?
Bogey.
Okay, he's doing his job then. It's like the one thing.
He's got an OPS plus of 42.
and that's tied for third on the team. Feels like
Ernie's is 106.
Okay.
Yeah. It's painful.
Now, speaking of I was gonna say things that aren't painful. We did bring him up for half a second. Alek Manoah outdude Paul Skeens, guys.
Did he? I didn't see what Skeens' final line was.
I mean, it's Paul, dude. He was filthy regardless. He didn't outduel him, but like Alek went 6 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 12 Ks.
Good. Skeens only had like 7.
Yeah, Skeens went 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 walk, 7 Ks.
6 innings for the first time in his career, by the way.
Yeah, Paul Skeens rocking a large 0.39 ERA.
What are we doing?
I don't know.
As baseball, what are we doing?
What are we doing at this point, man?
I know what we're doing. I don't know what they're doing.
What are we doing?
He gave up.
No, man.
He's given up.
He
one
looks
run.
like he could be like the way he's pitching right now. He looks like he could be one of the best pitchers in the world right now. He's not doing it against Major League hitting, granted, but like fucking bring him up. What more can he do?
I don't know.
He's pitched 23 innings. He's given up 14 hits, 1 earned run, 6 walks, 41 Ks. Bring him up, Pirates.
I don't know what to tell you, man. Let's see. Where's
you want Marco Gonzalez? I'm sorry, Marco Gonzalez is getting more time.
He's hurt
on the leash.
This is bad for baseball, though. Like, this is the stuff that is bad for baseball because maybe it wasn't service time manipulation fully. Like, I'm sure they wanted to see him in the minors, but now we're past service time window, and like it's just fuck me. Like,
it's supposed to be
bad for baseball.
Yeah,
the Pirates as a team have a 3.81 ERA.
Is that bullpen and starters or starters?
That's both. I'm still working on trying to find that.
But they could have one of the sickest young 1-2s in baseball.
Jared Jones is
Jared Jones and Paul Skeens.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
And you still have Mitch Keller. Who's solid as a rock.
It's good.
You have Martin Perez going 8 innings.
I don't know. There's no reason to have Paul Skeens in the minors anymore. It just doesn't make sense.
No,
and there's a strong chance that the guy he faced in that game gets called up before he does.
I mean,
it's almost a guarantee.
I would bet my house on it.
It's fucked.
Out of like necessity, but like
Yeah, but it's still gonna happen. Calling up Paul Skeens should be out of necessity. Are you kidding me? Like, you want to
The
bring
tough
people to
thing
Pittsburgh
is,
to watch baseball? Paul
it's
Skeens is gonna
not
do it.
it's not like the guys they have are doing bad, but Gonzalez did just get hurt, so I don't know. It's
I don't know. We did get away from Manoah a little bit because
but he looked
this whole
good.
thing makes no sense. Manoah was great.
Granted,
The breaking balls were moving.
Brant, the one video that you
Yeah,
sent,
I know.
it was on 2024 Yasmani
Yes.
Grandal, man.
Regardless, without looking at who's at the plate, the dip on the I don't even know if it was a slider, a curveball, or whatever it was, looked really good.
Look Manoah-y.
Yeah, and apparently
Like-
the sinker looked good. Apparently everything was biting hard, which is something he hasn't done since he was a Cy Young finalist.
That's why you got to get him up right now.
Yes. If he's good and he feels good, throw him in. Let him keep rolling. Because if you can ride this into 60% of what Manoah used to be,
and then you put Yariel back in the pen,
you're looking good. None of them can hit, so it doesn't really change anything. But maybe we'll lose games 1-0 instead of 3-0.
I'm just looking at some of these OPSs on the Pirates AAA team.
Mm.
Three of their
Anyone we
top
could
four.
use?
3 of their top 4 have a OPS over 1,000.
I'm pretty sure our Buffalo team is also
G1
pretty
Bay,
close.
Nick Gonzalez, and Jake Lamb.
Jake Lamb.
Well, those are 3 guys that are major league
leaguers.
They're
players.
3 major leaguers. But you got Yasmani Grandal in the middle of that with a 671. Like,
Yeah, but Yasmani Grandal isn't a major leaguer
not.
anymore. Yeah. Well, Brant, we only have.
You know what? You know what? That's kind of funny because that's something him and Jose Abreu have in common.
Oh wow, wow! Are we going
Dang.
out? Are we off the Jays? That's crazy.
I'll come back to it in a second, but that was pretty good.
Gosh, Nate, that a B, buddy.
That was a
great.
good one.
It's a big day.
It was big. Nate's
Big
Jose
day for
Abreu
Nate.
is done.
we
He's
got
so
two,
cooked.
We got 2 big Nates now.
He's done.
So cooked,
Dude.
man. Like,
Dude, you're 37 years old and you're getting Alec Manoah.
he's so bad. So
This is-
bad. What happened?
Okay, we're talking about it on baseball instead. This is such a good 3 years, almost $60 million contract because he hit 230 last year.
Yeah.
With
He had
no
one-
power.
He had 1 good month with the
I don't even
Astros.
think he's hitting 30 this year. I think it's an 030.
He's 099.
He's got like a negative
That's-
1.7 WAR or something like that. Does
There's
he not?
another year after this.
He's
That's
got to be the
such a
highest paid
bad
minor
deal.
league player in the league right now, right?
easily.
Has what's his name left Boston yet? Because he was getting stupid money. The Cuban guy they brought in.
Oh, I know.
Never
who
made
you're
it to the
talking about.
majors.
The
There's a
third
deep
baseman.
cut. Rusney Castillo.
Rusney
Yeah.
Castillo.
He's.
Yeah.
I think he's been gone. But like,
I think he was hanging around for a long time.
This
Or
is
he's still
what
getting
he
paid
was
anyways.
definitely here the past year or two.
yeah. So he's the Cuban. I was gonna say he can't even be the Cuban Rusney Castillo because Rusney Castillo is Cuban. It's fucking.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, and then
That was
the
a
next,
very bad deal to begin with.
yeah. And
Coming
then the
back.
next day, John Singleton goes upper deck. Like,
The kid they called up has like
Lopper-
12 bombs already this year. in AAA.
Lopperfido, yeah. Like,
Coming back to minor league stats quickly.
oh no.
You know what Brian Servin's doing in the minors right now?
Brian Servin is serving some shit down there, dude.
He's got a
He is-
1.188 in the minors right now. How are you?
Can we just call up Brian Servin, Damiano Palmajani, Spencer Horowitz, and
How's Parmigiani doing?
He's not. Yeah, he hit a game-tying homer
Seven-
2 days ago, and then
well,
hit
in the
another
Manoah
one
game?
the day
Yeah, he's
after,
got a
so-
755, but also Will Robertson had rocking a 968 casually. Like,
Mhm.
or
You mean Danny Jansen?
You mean Danny Jansen? I'm sorry.
Honestly, like
I know,
he-
Brand.
I fucked
Brand,
that
why
I don't know
didn't you
how
bring
old he
the-
is, but
the glasses?
he's got
Rob-
some pop.
Robertson?
Yeah, he seems like he's got some
26.
pop.
So
What did you say?
Robertson's 26. Oh my god. I'm surprised you didn't wear them the whole time.
I might wear them for the rest of my life.
You also just live. You live at the stadium this month.
Are you Davis Schneider or are you Danny Jansen?
See, someone responded to my story and said I look more like Davis Schneider. I'm like, you know
With
what?
the
I'm looking at it.
glasses, honestly,
Yeah,
yeah.
I see
With
it
the
a lot
glasses,
more.
you kind of look more like Davis.
Mhm.
Like,
I could see it.
but
Relvis Martinez is a 997.
Also, you're nowhere near redneck looking enough to be Danny Jansen.
Yeah, because
You think Danny Danson's redneck looking?
I mean,
I don't know where he's from, but he's just
red
like,
bearded.
he's from
He's from
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
why are you questioning redneck then?
I guess.
He's upper deck redneck.
Wisconsin.
He's upper
Yeah.
deck redneck
That's like not. That's like yeah.
from Appleton, Wisconsin.
I guess anything with a fruit in the name definitely has to be redneck.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Yeah. I think we might be out of Jay's topics.
I think so.
I hope.
Which brings us to a funny segment.
Oh no. Those motherfuckers swept.
But they're still in last place.
Sox watch, baby.
How did you guys sweep and then still be in
Because they got
place?
swept. Because they got swept by the Twins.
God, eh? They haven't won since?
Yo, pour one out for the Rays.
Oh my God.
Fuck me.
Dude, it is wild. But
Somebody put it this way. They've always been good because they've got their tier here of prospect or pitchers, and then they step down to that second tier when they have the injuries. But they started with their
on that
second tier this
tier.
year.
this is like the
And they're
third
dipping
tier.
into their third tier.
Yeah.
This is where they're getting issues.
But sorry, this
They're
is the
not
last
good.
this is the last thing we're gonna say on the Jays. The Oakland A's and the Blue Jays have the same record.
Yeah. The Oakland A's won today.
The Oakland A's are 15 and 17.
They swept today.
The Soakland A's.
The Soakland A's.
The Soakers.
But yeah, the White Sox.
The White Sox are 9 games back of the Oakland A's. We didn't have the White Sox winning 9 more games until like August.
Dude, I had them winning 10 games in the middle of June, and they said, "Fuck you, here's 3 more wins in
You still
3 days
gotta
after
get
the pod."
You still need 4 more. That's a lot. And there's a lot of wins they need to get.
Dude.
But you know what? Good for them.
They're playing the Blue Jays in 2 weeks.
They don't get to 12 by the end of May.
6 months this month.
That's still better than what we were saying last week.
We did go over the schedule, and it's not great as far as like. But there is some signs. Luis Robert is close to coming back, so
What's that gonna help?
that's at least a win right there because he's.
Can he pitch?
Bro.
Hey,
He's gonna have
don't
to
you
hit
disrespect-
5
no,
home runs in a game.
The pitching has not been the issue with the White Sox.
Yeah,
No.
but he's going to need 5 home runs in a
So
game
you're
because
telling
they don't
me-
have offense. So he is going to have to
Brant,
get 5 at bats.
they average 2.5 runs a game.
So you're telling me your thing was that they're going to come and play the Blue Jays? The Blue Jays don't give up runs. The Blue Jays just can't score.
Yeah,
So you think their non-hitting offense is going to come in and beat the Blue Jays?
Brant. The White Sox can score 2 runs and win.
Of AA pitchers.
The White Sox are averaging 2.5.
We're not going to disrespect Fetty Wap. Like he's top 10 in WAR for pitchers. All right.
That's a made up stat for
He did
pitchers.
just
It
lose
doesn't
to
matter.
what's his name, Seth Lugo.
Yeah, you fucking.
So we could lose to anyone.
You made Lugo look.
Seth
like
Lugo has a
goddamn
1.1 ERA. I'm pretty sure this year. It's something stupid. So maybe respect Seth Lugo.
Yeah,
respect Kansas City. Respect my Central Division winner.
I think I had
Kansas
them
City
finishing
Royals.
second. So
I don't think they're that good.
I think I had them making the play. Brant.
I don't think they're that good either.
No,
But you know who else isn't that good?
the Jays.
The rest of their division.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, actually, no.
The Guards,
There's 4 teams over 500 in that division.
That's
That
fucking
doesn't-
stupid.
doesn't mean they're good.
Don't think do the Guards still have the best record in the majors?
As far as I am aware.
That is ridiculous.
Also, it doesn't make them good.
Well, c'est la vie. Can we stick in the Central for a second and talk about the brawl that went down over in
Fight
Milwaukee?
night in young MLK.
in MLK?
This is the other Central.
Jose, yeah.
Yeah, it's just in the Central. I didn't say
Still the Central.
AL Central.
Threw
I
me
said
for
stick
a
in the
loop trying
Central.
to figure out what was going,
Sorry.
which 2 teams it was. I was like, who fought Milwaukee?
So
They weren't in the Central.
Who? The Rays. Never mind.
Abner Uribe and Jose Siri. Oh boy.
Can I just say, There's very few people in the league that deserve a punch in the chin the way Jose Siri does.
I don't disagree, but you guys know the backstory behind this.
No.
I am aware that Freddie Peralta gave up an absolute tank,
Mm.
and
And
Jose
Siri
Siri stared it
pimped
down a
it.
bit, a little bit. But
Siri does that every home run.
Mhm.
That's
Siri
who he
Siri
is.
also extra pimps it when apparently there's a pitcher that's a racist. So
Mm.
that's
So
a thing.
then
Isn't Freddie Peralta Latino?
I don't think that.
He also did it.
But
He also
anyways,
did it when Chris Bassett pitched.
so his next at bat, Peralta got behind 0-3 and then drilled him.
Oh.
Great.
So is that why he got suspended?
Probably.
I don't know. I
Also,
didn't.
did you say he got down 0-3?
3-0. Sorry.
Same thing.
Same thing.
Kind of.
He got down 3-0 and drilled him with the ball four pitch, apparently.
Nice.
So, like, you're even there if you're pissed about the other shit. Like, I don't. I think it's baby shit if you're getting mad about guys pimping homers nowadays. Like,
Yeah. But
do
I mean,
better. Everyone does it on the mound.
Siri did the exact same thing that Caballero did, and I thought it was stupid when he did it. Because, like, he was out by about 9 feet and just kept jogging down the line and just kind of, like, brushed off on Uribe. I'm like, what are you doing? Just turn around.
And then Uribe says some
You
shit.
didn't need to do it.
They both wanted part of it because Uribe was walking towards him too.
Yeah.
I'm sure they were lipping. You're not going to catch that
Yeah.
on mic or whatever. Like, I'm sure Uribe's lipping at him.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why Siri keeps running. Like,
Mhm.
but
I'll say this.
for once, we had a fucking actual brawl where punches are thrown.
Thrown.
Uribe
Also-
hit that face guard so hard.
He probably
He was
he might
swinging.
have broke his hand, dude.
He cracked that thing.
But also, shout out to one poor soul in the whole exchange, Reese Hoskins.
Oh my God.
He tried to play peacemaker and ate shit. Like,
End up on the bottom of the whole pile too. Like, oh no, Reese.
Reese, no. But dude, they were
Broken.
swinging. It's the fact that they got to each other again after the first swings.
Yeah.
Like, it was.
Yeah.
But
I mean, he brushed off
yeah.
Reese Hoskins like it was nothing too. Like Reese is
Yeah.
not a small dude, and Uribe is like, no, I'm
Yeah.
going.
But it came down.
Can we get this once a week?
Yeah,
Yes.
seriously. Can the Jays do this? Maybe.
You
Can
get this
we
once
just
a
bring back
series?
some rivalries?
Remember
where
when we
this
used to do this
happens?
all the time with the Orioles? That was
Yeah, you
fun.
remember when Alec
In
Manoah did
Texas?
it?
Yes. No, we did it with the Orioles very recently, like 2021.
Manoah. It was
Oh.
Manoah because he hit like
The Brian Baker shit.
encyclopedia.
you were meaning, like,
that
the-
too.
Yeah.
I thought you were meaning like
The Texas
Joey
one was
Bats
fun
and
too, but that was like
Jones
Yeah.
era
we're
where
going
they
on
were,
8
like,
years now.
going at
That's a-
each other for like
Brian Baker.
5 years.
Brian
Yeah.
Baker is a moment in our podcast history.
The one where Vladdy literally picked up Freddie Galvis and just walked away with him that whole year. The one where I think it was Bautista, maybe fucking full on truck sticked Lourdes Gurriel.
No, it wasn't
Remember that?
Bautista. It wasn't
Wasn't
Felix Bautista,
Bautista?
but it was like someone that was big, that big.
Felix
And
PA, maybe.
it was Pena, something like that.
I don't know. Either way, he like truck stick Lourdes, and that started the whole thing. The one where Tay Oscar was yelling from the bench, that was fun. I missed that.
Yeah.
Why don't we do
Oh,
that anymore?
Get your back
Nobody
ass
gives
on the
a
mound.
shit anymore.
Get your back ass on the mound throughout the
yeah,
day.
get your back ass on the mound.
Like,
Greatest
I wore,
quote.
I wore a
what's
trash
his
bag on
Brandon
this
Hyde
podcast
history?
because of the freaking
Yeah,
because of Brian Baker. Like,
trash. I want more of that.
Yes.
Why don't we have a team like the worst we have is just like the Yankees, and I don't even think those two teams hate each other. I think it's just
it's
Garrett
the
Cole
fans. It's
and the
man.
fans.
Yeah, but
Stupid.
anyway, it came down. Freddie Peralta got 5 games and a fine. Brewers manager Pat Murphy got 2 games and a fine. Abner Uribe got 6 games and a fine, and Jose Siri only got 3.
Yeah. The more I think about what Nate said in our group chat, the more it kind of makes sense. He's the only position player. 3 games
The
is
two are
basically the
pitchers.
equivalent of
Freddie's
it.
missing
The 1 start.
getting 1 start pushback, and
Abner's maybe
out of the
missing
pen. That's the
3
equivalent of
games.
the best 3 games, I'd say. So it kind of evens it.
Why did Cash not get suspended in all this?
I mean, Kevin Cash didn't really do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but usually
neither
the
did
manager-
the Milwaukee guy.
Managers get suspended when like shit goes down like this.
That's what I mean. So why did they both not get
Yeah.
suspended?
Should have been.
The Brewers manager it actually explains it. Pat Murphy has been suspended 2 games as a result of Peralta's actions, in addition to his inappropriate conduct towards umpires.
So did
Being
Peralta get
babies.
kicked for hitting him?
Tossing at a guy?
I don't think he got tossed from the game.
No, but he would have got suspended for hitting him.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, he just gets a rest day as pretty much what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking wicked. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've ever seen a starter suspension that short.
5 games? Like,
Yeah,
doesn't
you're
make any
just pushing
sense.
back one day.
Yeah.
Well, there is one piece of news that I didn't put in here that I'll just throw in really quickly for you guys. One question: do you believe?
I don't believe.
Wait, do you guys don't know what happened?
No.
No.
Oh, I get to explain this. Okay, so the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Los Angeles
Oh, the
Dodgers.
bees?
The
Oh.
bees. Do you
I did-
believe?
I don't fully know actually what happened.
Okay,
It got delayed.
it got delayed because there was a colony of bees that like just decided to hang on to the
I'm looking at it.
netting behind
Yeah.
home plate. Yeah. So
Shout out to Buddy. I don't know his name. The
He got to throw
beekeeper
out the
dude.
first pitch.
he
He
got
got
to
to
throw
throw
out
out the first pitch,
He
and
got
he has a tops card now.
and he has a post game. He had a post game. He had like a post game
Did he?
interview kind of thing.
That's unreal.
But yeah, that delay was an hour and 55 minutes because apparently the guy that they called was at his kid's little league game. They called him, and then he.
We were talking about that. It's like, what do you do in that situation? Like, do you have a beekeeper on, like, speed dial? Like, you're like, this is our resident beekeeper.
Yeah.
No, you call like pest control.
Mm-hmm.
Do they do
Also,
pests?
it was kind of funny because the delay was so long. Jordan Montgomery was scheduled to start.
Oh, he's starting tonight now.
He did not start yesterday.
Okay.
So
It's wild.
That's weird.
I guess because it was a 2-hour delay. It was like,
Yeah, but they didn't start, so who cares? I guess you were kind of.
He went through his usual pregame routine, like
He
before
revved up and then revved back
He
down. I
revved
feel
up.
like doing it the next day would
Yeah,
not help, but
yeah,
whatever.
like shout out to that guy. I don't remember his name, but
I think it's Kevin something. Could be wrong. We buried the biggest news from around the league.
Yeah, we need to say a prayer for one Michael Trout.
do we?
Yes, we do.
Cutting the season off early again.
Oh, beekeeper's
He's
name.
supposed to be back.
Beekeeper's
Yeah.
name Matt Hilton.
Oh, Matt? I thought it was Kevin.
He's supposed to be back.
It's a torn meniscus. Meniscus is probably the best thing you can tear in your knee, I think, in terms of recovery time.
Hand up. Tore my meniscus 2 months ago.
Yeah, like I think there's worse things to tear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
However, it still sucks.
As far as like,
he was having a very strange year.
he was batting like 225, but he
had 10 bombs.
Yeah, and 14 RBI.
And how many stolen bases? Like 5 or 6, I think.
Yeah. He like tripled his total from the last 4 years.
It's crazy. Like
it's 6.
He was getting back to being fun Mike Trout, even if the average wasn't there.
Mm-hmm. He was batting 220 with a 325 on base and a 541 slugging. So
crazy, man.
He's got a 141 OPS plus.
Did you see Stephen A. Smith talking about it?
Oh, I saw that today. We don't need to talk about him. Stop it.
I don't loser.
Hmm.
I don't want that guy to
see
ever
it, so
talk
I
about
kinda
baseball.
now
I'll
wanna
send
know what
I'll
he
send it
said.
to you.
No,
But
just to make a long story less long. Stephen A. Smith was like, essentially, he was just like, "Why do these guys keep getting injured? Baseball isn't like a contact sport or blah blah blah."
he's
blah,
like,
blah,
oh, it's
blah.
not like boxing or football or
The UFC, and it's like,
he goes, it's not like you're running up and down the court for 82 games a year like you are in basketball. I'm like, that's where you just lost me completely.
yeah, it's like, brother.
He goes, half the time you're just standing out in the outfield. I'm like, shut your fucking mouth.
Yeah.
So it's really sad because when Mike Trout came into the league, it looked like he was on like Mickey Mantle trajectory, like one of the greatest players of all time, that type of career.
Mm-hmm.
And the trajectory he's on right now, this guy also mirrored Mickey Mantle when he came into the league. Center
Brett
fielder.
Laurie. Oh, Ken Griffey Jr.
Ken Griffey Jr. That's kind of where this is going. And it's sad because he had the potential to be an all-time great, which
He'll still be a Hall of Famer.
Oh, he's a Hall of Famer now if he retires.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but it's too bad that like those early seasons were some of the best baseball we're probably ever going to see in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
and it's too bad. Like it feels like it's back-to-back errors, like Griffey to Trout
Mm-hmm.
is.
Just a couple of guys who couldn't stay healthy and could never win a championship.
At least Griffey went to the playoffs more than 3 times. Like,
Yeah.
I may be even being generous for my trial in that fucking case.
Do you think he gets moved out of center field?
He,
Do you think
why
they do the
hasn't
Bryce?
he already?
Do you think they do the Bryce and
Because
move him
it's
into
the
the
fucking
infield,
Angels. The infield.
first base?
At least move him to the
You
corner.
think he could play first?
Like,
Yeah, I don't think it's
How tall is Mike Trout?
enough.
Mike Trout to me just doesn't look like I mean,
And he's
Bryce
like
didn't look
6
like a
foot.
first baseman.
He's
either,
6'2",
but
235. So
that's big.
I mean,
How tall is Bryce?
Probably about the same.
Bryce is 6'3", 210. That's what he's
That's
listed
about
at
the
anyway.
same.
So.
Trout just looks short to me because he's built very wide. I think
He's a
that's what it is.
fucking brick shithouse.
Mhm.
Real shit.
I don't know. I was thinking DH more than I was thinking first base.
Yeah, I don't want to see him move off center
But no.
because to
You could
me
also
that's
put him in a
part
corner.
of the yeah, but like him being in center is part of like the legend and
Yeah.
like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Him moving to a corner just starts to take away from that and just kind of show that he is
He's
getting
aging.
there.
He's getting aged.
Yeah.
Well, the problem right now is that the legend is turning into the fact that he can't play. And I don't think that you want that to be
He
Mike
hasn't
Trout's
had
legend.
No,
he hasn't
exactly.
had a full season in 5 years.
That's bad.
So
Sucks, man.
yeah.
It really sucks.
Can I just make one quick shout out to a guy that Nate didn't shut up about for the entire back half of 2023, and he's played like 4 games, but he's been really good so far, and he's hitting the ball.
Tommy Pham.
Tommy fucking Pham. Just want to shout him out really quick.
I think I talked about him like twice.
Shout out to Kevin Pillar getting another team on his belt.
Yeah, the Angels. But shout out Tommy Pham.
He's definitely going to replace Mike Trout for them.
That's the replacement.
The defense is gonna try and get replaced.
I think it says something about your organization when
Kevin Pillar is your replacement.
Well, you
you
don't
were
have a
picking up
replacement?
White Sox pets.
Yeah, White Sox DFAs.
A guy that wasn't good enough to hit for the Chicago White Sox is the guy that's going to come in and replace Mike Trout.
Yeah.
That's fucking brutal franchise. I think we're done.
Are we? I think we're done. Yeah.
I'm done mentally with this.
Yeah, I'm trying to like.
I'm done too.
Yeah, man.
Danny Jansen has played 11 games. He has double the amount of homers that Alejandro Kirk has.
He has the same amount of home runs as Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Yes.
So.
He has 1 less than George Springer. I'm pretty sure he has 2 more than Bo.
When did George get
Doesn't
4?
He has
doesn't
3. Or
Jano
Danny
have
have 3?
three
Jano has
more
3.
than?
Pardon me. He
Jano
has the
has
same
3.
amount as George Springer. I thought he had 2.
Kirk has 1.
No, he hit one tonight.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
3.
today's stupid.
This is
Dodgers and then
third.
2 today. Yeah, never mind. Or 2 is 2 in this series. Never mind then. Same amount of Springer.
Oh wait, no.
Triple the amount as Kirk. My bad.
Yeah.
11 games.
Am I going crazy? Danny Jansen.
10 games? 11 games.
I watched him hit the home run today, and they said that was his third.
Yeah, it's his 3rd.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
so fuck.
No, you're definitely right. It was 1 in the Dodgers series and then 1 in game 1 of the series and 1 in this one. I just thought it was 2 for some reason. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
shout out that man.
It's gonna be great when he's like a.
So fantastic when he goes to the. I was gonna say Dodgers, but that just doesn't make
I
sense.
was gonna say White Sox, but that doesn't make sense anymore.
The Yankees could definitely use him.
They're too sold on Austin Wells for that, I think.
Mm.
That's gonna be our topic next week. Top 5 destinations where Danny Jansen will break your heart next year.
He's coming to Toronto. He's coming back. He's staying here.
Fucking better,
I fucking hope so.
dude. If he leaves,
I would trade Alejandro Kirk for Kevin Pillar just to have Danny Jansen stay here.
because I don't need Alejandro Kirk being the everyday catcher.
No.
Like
I would trade Alejandro Kirk for Pablo Sandoval.
I'd trade him for Paulo Espino.
I want
He's on
Paolo
our
Espino.
team.
I want Paolo.
Just do it anyways.
Bro, I not to wish injury on anybody. I just want to see a run of Brian Serban and Danny Jansen.
I just want to see a run where Denny gets the bulk of the playing time.
Honestly, Kirk has been better with limited playing time.
Which is
Which
great,
makes
but it's
sense.
just-
Because he can't play that much. Because he's,
yeah.
respectfully.
Yeah, before we get out of here, shout out to Chicago White Sox. Same amount of wins as Blue Jays this week.
That's terrible.
You still have 6 on the year, Connor.
I don't give a shit.
You
think
doubled
you're
their win
making
total
up-
this week?
You think you're making up 9 on the A's?
That's going to be really fun to see.
Oh, no, I'm not even worried about the A's anymore. I'm looking at the Rockies and the Marlins.
Dead.
You gotta shave stuff into your head.
Dead.
I'm looking at the Rockies and Marlins,
That bet
man.
is so dead.
Did
Thank
I
you for
not
listening.
say the A's were gonna surprise?
No, you didn't.
I don't think you did. I think you just
Don't
said that
try to-
the
no.
White Sox were going to be
You just
that
said they were
bad.
going to be better than the White Sox. That's all you said. Don't say they were going to surprise.
Dude, I called Mason Miller reliever of the year.
I
before
said the
season.
A's were going to be better than the Angels.
I mean,
I don't. I remember. That's what he said.
did we? Hold on. No, we all had the A's 5th place. You fucking liars.
Did I?
Yeah, we all had the A's 5th place.
Damn. I think I mentioned it in one of our podcasts that I think
Yeah.
the A's have a chance to be better than the Angels.
Yeah, just a quick, just before we get out of here, how y'all feeling about your award picks so far?
I don't even remember mine.
Brand,
Kikuchi's winning the Cy Young. So
yeah,
I'm fine.
Brand, you had Babe winning Rookie of the Year. You had Yamamoto winning Rookie of the Year.
Possible.
Your Cy Youngs were Strider and Kikuchi. Well, oh boy,
I was worried about that.
oh boy, your MVPs Harper and Vladdy.
Who and Vladdy?
Harper.
Okay.
Harper's been
That's not dead yet.
Okay. Okay.
Vladdy's probably dead, but
yeah.
Harper's not dead yet.
And your World Series was Yankees and Dodgers. You still forget about that one?
No, fuck off. I tried to change that so many times.
Okay. Nate, you had Paul Skeens and Jackson Holiday. Well, both of them are currently still in the minors. So. Nate, your Cy Youngs were Yamamoto and Gosman.
woo.
Your MVPs were Mike Trout and Bryce Harper.
Mike Trout's gonna finish with a higher WAR than
Dude,
Vladdy, so
the
we're
fucked up.
fine.
I think my like goofy picks this year kind of been the best ones. And your
Vladimir
World
Guerrero Jr. might not pass Mike Trout in
Oh
homers.
boy, yeah, your World
Or
Series,
WAR.
Nate. Your World Series was Jays and Phillies. So
You're looking good.
Phillies can do it.
yeah, and then me, I had Wyatt Langford and Yamamoto win Rookie of the Year.
Bad. Has Wyatt Langford been good? I haven't paid attention.
Been okay.
Okay.
It's been not great.
Evan Carter's been better.
My Cy Young picks make me feel so happy about myself. Zach Wheeler and Jose
Barrios.
Barrios.
It's a good one.
And then my MVPs, Corey Seager and Ellie De La Cruz. Dude,
Ellie's been crushing.
Ellie's been dumb good. Like
Yeah.
Ellie's making me look like a genius more every day.
He's gonna fall off a dumb cliff here.
You shut up.
I'm with Nate on that one.
You shut up.
This is a miracle run. I don't
Dog.
see this lasting.
First month of the year, he already has 18 stolen bases and 8 home runs with a 968 OPS.
If he doesn't get Ricky, then fuck him. With that pace,
Yeah, 18 a month.
18 in a month.
18 a month. That's on pace for 108.
That's still not Ricky, is it?
I don't think so. Ricky was like 150.
Yeah, but yeah.
Ricky,
they're not more than 5 months.
I don't
That's
know.
like 6.
April, May, June,
May,
July,
June, July,
August,
August.
September.
Yeah.
6 times 18.
18, which is 106.
That's good math.
Never mind. 135, I think.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do the
For
quick
Ricky?
Yeah.
Ricky Google. Ricky was 130. Yeah. Well, yeah.
That's dumb.
So the fact that I just like points the fact that I have the best picks right now.
That's bad.
Oh boy, that's bad.
It's bad.
Me and my shitty.
Weren't you the only one that got one last year, though?
Was I?
No.
Did we get any?
We
What
got
did he
Corbin.
get?
I got Corbin
You got
Carroll. Me
Seager.
and Nate
Oh, no,
got Corbin
Seager,
Carroll.
Never mind. Sorry.
Me and Nate got Corbin Carroll for Rookie of the
Right.
Year. And then
I got Gunner.
Yeah, you got I got Gunner too then.
Yeah.
And then
I was thinking
yeah, so-
Seager won it for some reason. That was stupid.
Well, he was second, so
Yeah.
He
Um,
dude,
I had
MVP
Gossman, Cy Young.
You had
forget who I took in the AL and MVP. But I had
I think you had Otani.
I had Jordan.
Yeah, you had Jordan because you didn't. But you had Otani.
maybe I
Cy
took
Young.
I had
J-Rod.
Otani.
You had Otani. Cy
Maybe I
Young.
took J-Rod. But I know I had
Oh, you did take Julio. You did take Julio.
Gossman and J-Rod then, and then I had Harper and Alcantara.
Oh boy.
Mm.
Yeah, so it's bad. Connor's winning the current MVP and the awards updates, which is bad.
Kikuchi's in there. Let's show him some respect. Pretty sure he's got better underlying numbers than Barrios.
I think my person
I'm
closest to
fairly
any
certain.
of them is Mike Trout MVP.
Yamamoto Rookie of the Year.
I don't
I
have
mean,
that.
Didn't
Oh,
he
you have
have-
Skeens, right? He has Yamo Cy Young,
Oh.
but not Rookie of the Year. He also has a pitcher. He has another pitcher winning Rookie of the Year over Yamo. Oh man, all right.
He really hedged his own bet, huh?
Yeah,
I just
all
want to
right.
keep it interesting.
For the eight. I mean, that's exactly what you did with the Shohei Otani last year, Brant. You had winning Cy Young, but not MVP.
Yeah, that was dumb. Looking back, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I think I just didn't want to pick Shohei.
Yeah, you
MVP.
said
You
didn't want
boxed
to pick
yourself
it.
into a corner with that one. All
Yeah,
right,
it's stupid.
all right, Brant, for the 10th time, sign us off.
I just wanted to see you say Kikuchi's underlying numbers,
Oh
but
my god,
it's okay.
Stop it.
Yeah, thank you for listening.
That's all, folks.
We appreciate it. Everything's linked in the description below. My mouse is frozen. I can't move it right now.
No, you're good.
There we go.
You can still you're still talking.
We will catch you next week. Probably around the
Hopefully
same-
with some
maybe with
good
some
things.
runs. Maybe we'll
We're-
have 3 games where they hit 6 rounds.
There's 5 games in between that. I'm gonna set the over. There's 5 games because they play 3 against Washington and 2 against Philly.
Okay.
I'm gonna set the over under for combined runs
15.
at I was gonna say 14.5. So
Okay. That's a fantastic over under.
4-1 on the week, boys.
The Nats have been fantastic lately.
yeah, the Nats have been dumb.
Who do we play? Nats and who?
Nats and Phillies.
Fuck me.
Taking 3 from the Nats and 1 from Philly.
I'm taking the under on the runs.
Yeah, 14.5 and 5. That's 3. That's
Oh!
literally. Are the Jays gonna score 3 runs a game? It's that's basically the over under.
We're not done, Connor. Sorry. My
What do you
sign is off.
mean?
You know what Friday is? It's an Apple TV game. So we're not going to know what happens on Friday. We don't get to watch it. I can't believe
I
we're
can
still
watch it.
fucking
You
doing
guys want to come watch?
You have Apple TV? Oh, no, you have the box.
I think I can.
I,
Maybe we'll
I
figure it
think I have Apple TV, but like
I don't have Apple TV.
Hey,
I don't
so-
own Apple products.
this is fair. All right, we can sign off again. Yep.
Yeah. Thanks for listening. Catch you next week.
Peace.
Cheers.